Happy New Year, Patrick. It's an exciting time. We'll have a lot of time to talk about 2024. I did want to reflect one more time because we had that great session December 12th where we looked at both the decade in review, 10 years of Odyssey, and also what our community did in 2023. Our last podcast, we really focused in on that decade in review. And I did want to take one final look back at 2023 because it was such an exciting year. But what stood out to you about the last 12 months?
Yeah, I think 2023 was a remarkable year for Odyssey in terms of the spirit of collaboration and growth. I think several of the highlights for me this year was seeing the maturity of our community. You know, the Sisyphus challenge that took us through 9 weeks, we saw the community coming together to walk through the end-to-end process from a valid research question all the way to reliable evidence. And it was great to see folks coming together to bring their skills and contributions to make that a community event. At the start of the year, we really focused on maturing our processes for the standardized vocabulary, as well as for our open source tools. And it was really great to see how much progress we made in terms of maturing the vocabulary processes with the landscape assessment and the quality improvement and community contributions, but also and on the open source front, seeing us having Hades-wide releases and the continuous communication about all of the great progress we've made on tools. The other thing that George highlighted that I thought was particularly special to see how many PhD students graduated this year with work from the Odyssey community contributing. And so that growth and maturity as we develop our early stage researchers and those become active leaders in our community is something I think I take great pride in and really excited to see their leadership in our community moving forward.
Yeah, it is always great to see the people that are our next generation of Odyssey leaders come through. So now we look ahead to 2024. We have our first community call on Tuesday, January 9th, and that's always a great way to kind of set the foundation for the year and what we are working towards as a community. I know that'll be a full session. We're not going to give everything away here, but let's just talk about a couple of overall themes that we'll probably touch on during that call.
Absolutely. So I think the 2024 is a big year for Odyssey in terms of what opportunities we have to really make a demonstrable impact in healthcare. Now that we've started to mature our standardized tools and our standardized vocabularies, and we've established the Odyssey Evidence Network, it's really an obligation that I think we have to figure out how to generate reliable evidence and get it out there much more forcefully. It was actually the 2022 Odyssey Symposium plenary session where Martijn highlighted the progress we've made as a community, standardizing the way we ask research questions, standardizing the way that we generate evidence, standardizing diagnostics so we know how to interpret whether or not results are reliable. But it's that final frontier of evidence dissemination that I believe is an area where our community can really make tremendous strides. And I really look forward to seeing a prioritized effort there. I'm also really excited to see what ideas our work groups come up with and encourage everyone in the community to bring their ideas to the fold and to lead yourself and lead groups within the community to drive the research that we're doing in advancing Odyssey's mission. So I look forward to 2024 being another great year to advance data standards, methods research, open source development, and clinical applications, all with a common goal of improving healthcare for humanity.
Our first community call, January 9th, will set the foundation, but we have other topics on the 16th. We're going to bring together the small groups and create new connections, hopefully plan out some collaborations for the year. We're going to hear about the first ever UK study-a-thon on January 23rd, and on the 30th, we'll have our introduction to our third year of Phenotype February. So a lot of great things coming up over this month. Please check out the rest of the newsletter. Again, those videos, the decade in review, the year in review, it really felt great to hear about all of the amazing progress we have made as a community, and it makes you excited to continue moving forward. Thanks, Patrick.
Thank you, Greg. Science! Happy New Year!